All right, we'll give it just a second here. Waiting on YouTube. And there it is. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Look who I've got with me. It's the wonderful Sun Psychic Jean. And I'm always happy to have you on and to do readings with you. It's fun, and I just appreciate you. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome, Scott, and thank you for driving and hosting today. I love it. And Scott makes all of his guests feel so very welcome, and he takes care of everything. He's so smooth, and I've learned a lot about how you work with your chat, with your community. It's so beautiful how you interact with everybody.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we've just been chatting backstage, and want to say hi to a few people. Also, if you're watching on replay, thank you. And if you could hit the like and subscribe, and also this is for people in chat as well. Please go down to the description. Sun Psychic Jean's channel is there. Make sure you're subscribed. So,
And
yeah.
And the same, everybody who is on my channel watching now or later, please do go on over to Scott-Scorpio Sun Tarot. You will feel better. You will have a beautiful experience on his channel and his community base. We do share a lot, but you guys are also very supportive. I love your base.
Right. So let's see who's here. I'm here. Jackie is here. And this is Charlotte, Shine Truth.
Oh.
And Joyful Journey Jen. Shine Truth, I've got your question. Imelda is here. And Helga from Iceland. And I'm just doing some starring as I am saying hello. This is a new one to me. She's on your channel there, Jean. Don't
Yep.
try, I'm protected. Okay. Welcome. And there's another one. Saruba Gupta. Hello. Welcome. And Nancy Riker, of course. Hello. And Julianne. Hey there. And Midnight Moon. Welcome. And I've got your question. Brady, a lot of new faces. And Saruba, I got your question. I hope I'm saying that right. And then Carolyn is here. Hey, Carolyn. And user UD, or 4. That's right. I asked what they wanted to be called, and they said 4. All right. So I got your question. Nivra is here, and then Julianne, I've got your question. Akila B, hey there. And Rachel H, hello, welcome from Sun Psychic Jean's channel. And let's see. Nivra, I've got you. Brady, I've got you. Nancy, I've got you. Poppy Cave, welcome. Daniela, welcome. And Gigi is here. Hello. And Rachel H, I've got your question. And Gigi, I've got your question. All right, so that's where we're at. So thank you all for being here. Again, I really appreciate it. And we will get started in a second here. Jean, how are things going with you?
Really well, Scott. I had a fun day yesterday. I was on with Gerald from Tarot Stash. We did a mediumship show together, and that was really fun. And then I had Stacy from Sacred Key Codes came on, and we talked about her art. She does artwork, and she does soul code portraits. And they were just phenomenal. Everybody just loved them. They were really, really very well done. And they had a lot of energy and a lot of symbolism in it. If you haven't seen it, that was a really good one. And then after that show, I was on with Terry Lee, Pure Visionary, and we did the Psychic Triad.
Awesome. You were busy. So, and have you got more shows coming up today?
No, this is my only show today. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we did have Christine Thomas come in. I want to say hi to you. And we can get started. Most of you know um, the house rules and guidelines there for the questions and what we accept, and everything looks good so far. So I don't think um, we'll need to correct anybody for third party or anything like that. So let's get started. And
I
we'll
was just
start with
looking
Charlotte.
at Helga said it's cold here, and she gave the freezing emoji.
Yeah, she's in Iceland, so that would be cold this time of year. I am sure. All right. Charlotte, you were first. And she says, I would love messages from my guides, especially my abilities for December. All right. Yes, new beginnings for everyone. And Jean, you can go whenever you're ready.
So, Charlotte, I do feel as though it is within your own power to go deeper and um, schedule more meditation, only because, or not only because, but especially because of the night coming so early in the day, or the sun going down so early in the day. Um, it gives you a lot more time to have this quiet, dark moment, or availability to do that. And I do feel as though there's going to be a shift for all of humanity. And not only because of the winter solstice, but the three-eye atlas will be moving right around that solstice as well. But it's very much in our highest good to take into account and sort of strengthen our own energy centers and our auric field and become almost like um, in focus inside of our body and around our body. Like they want us to embody this with our abilities. And it's almost like you want to be able to take this with you wherever you go. So it's almost like you're packing some of this energy in your body with you. So if you are away from home for any length of time, you always have everything you need inside of you. And that's what they want you to know.
All right. Thank you, Jean. So I've got for you, Charlotte, the first card is the Knight of Coins. And this is the slow but methodical knight. So I'm thinking to slow down a little bit for December and, just be persistent, keep going forward. But at the same time, and it says connect to nature. I really like that because it's a good time to connect to nature and get grounded, and then you go forward. You also got the Ten of Swords, but the Ten of Swords here, it can mean rock bottom or ruin, but I like the opposite side because the 10 always has a sunrise in it, and it's saying, if I could read that there, I really liked what it said, changing the outcome. Yeah, so you can change the outcome from negative to positive, and these swords are illusions anyway. So if you feel any of these things, just know that there's a rebirth on the way, a comeback. Okay. And it's interesting because the 10 wraps around to the ace. It doesn't wrap around to the page. The court cards are separate. And you got the ace of swords. So this is clarity and a new beginning and seeing clearly, communicating what you want, and being able to use your throat chakra to focus on what you want and to say what you want. And it's about having clear vision as well. Okay. What you can focus on, I've got, or your abilities, I've got unity that says you understand that the love shared with another is amplified, if I can get this to come in, and has a ripple effect across the universe. So that's pretty awesome. The love you shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect. So use your ability to love other people, to put yourself out there, and be vulnerable to an extent. It's good if we are vulnerable with certain people, but you have to know where your boundaries are at as well. And then I got for you, I love this card. I love the genie. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. So manifestation is going to be something that you can do and put action behind. Okay, so said how befitting I have a super soul gift of unified perception. All right. And isn't it all an illusion? Yes. Yes, the swords are all an illusion. But expect the wondrous to emerge, and if you expect, things will happen. So that's what I got for you, Charlotte. I hope that resonates.
I love that the tarot deck that you have with the Ace of Swords, and it has all the beautiful meanings on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What deck is that from?
This is the Intuit Tarot. Let me see if I have it right here. Yeah, it's the Intuit Tarot.
Oh,
And Keywords Edition. It's on Etsy. And they also, I almost pulled out my Intuit Angels. They have an Intuit angel deck that has like 45 or 50 some archangels. So it's
cool.
pretty cool. All right. Thank you, Charlotte. You're very welcome. All right. So let's move on. If you're coming in the middle, welcome. And I might not be able to say hi to everybody, but thank you all for joining us and for being patient with us as well. We did have a donation from Midnight Moon. So let me find your question. Here we go. And Midnight Moon, I think you are new to my channel, so welcome. Will you let us know you're here and ready? Just say a hi in there or just throw something in chat. Midnight Moon. Yes, all right. You're very welcome. A reading on a job. Okay, are you in a job right now, Midnight Moon, or are you just looking? Or both? Okay, just looking for a job. Okay, no problem.
So I'm just asking my pendulum, and I said, is there a new opportunity coming forward for Midnight Moon? And I got a definite yes. It was swinging for sure, definite yes. I said, okay, now is this new opportunity going to come in before December 10th? December 10th. And it says it started going like in a round circle. So I said, okay, is it going to be available to Midnight Moon by December 20th? By any, and it said it's going in a circle again. So then I said, will this new opportunity come to Midnight Moon by December 30th? And again, it's going in a circle. So that doesn't mean no, that means maybe. So there's a possibility that something's going to change right around then, but everybody has free will. So will this new opportunity be given to Midnight Moon by January 15th of 2026? And that's okay. Will the new opportunity be available for Midnight Moon by January 15th of 2026? See how I changed my verbs and it changed to yes, because I said given and it said no. And then I said, will there be an opportunity for you? And it changed to yes. All right. So will this opportunity be available for Midnight Moon by December 15th? And that is changing to no. Will this new opportunity be available for Midnight Moon by December 31st? And that's when so I think that something's happening. Like you might be going through interviews, or they might say, well, we're not doing interviews right now. We're going to be doing interviews in the beginning of the year, or something. Maybe like it's almost like they put you on hold, or you're waiting in between to hear back. Because it's not saying no through December. It's saying maybe through December. Well, through the 20th and 30th, it's saying maybe. So you may know, but I feel like by the 15th of January, you should know something either way. That's what I have.
All right. I love that. I agree with that completely. I did get the 7 of Swords, so there may be some jobs out there that are just not right for you. So just be careful when you're looking at jobs, because some, even on job boards can be, kind of vague. And then you go in and see what they're really like, and it's not for you. So ask a lot of questions, if you get that far, and just make sure that nothing's out there that isn't quite what it seems to be. Okay, and then you got the Queen of Cups. So this is great for overflowing love coming in, and this queen is an empath, but for me, this is you knowing the right job when it comes around. Okay, and then you got the 2 of Swords. You may even have a choice between 2 jobs coming in. And I've got within 3 months. So that's almost exactly what Jean said with the January date. So I've got within 3 months. When you are making your decision, just trust your intuition and your gut. And then this card changes into the peace card, and you have peace. So trust in your spirit, and then let it go, and know that you've made the best, decision that you possibly could. Okay. And then I've got the action card. So it says you have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. So express yourself. And another thing is, when you are interviewing, make sure you're interviewing them as well as they're interviewing you. Okay, and then I've got unraveling. So this is not necessarily anything bad or coming apart. It's actually blooming, isn't it? So and unraveling can be several different things that you can look at in several different ways. Especially with this flower, I like to think it's blooming. So just know that whatever happens, you'll be okay. And I just think that you'll find something soon. So that is what I've got for you. I hope that makes sense. All right. Get Jean back here. You're welcome, Midnight Moon. Hi, Delphi. How are you? Mousy Girl, Brina, Risa. Thank you all for being here. Imelda, you are next. Let me make sure that's right. Yes.
All right. General message for Melda.
And she is here.
So I feel like, Imelda, that you have always had strong intuition and signs and synchronicities. I feel like you have experienced things like back in the day, like they're almost showing me. Um, ooh, I'm looking at her. She's a dancer. Shirley MacLaine. They're showing me like Shirley MacLaine. Like you learned this information back in the day and you were interested, but I don't feel as though it was as accessible to everyone at that time. And you knew that it resonated with you. And like I said, it just wasn't something that you had time to focus on. But now it's almost like coming back. And it's like when you never forget how to ride a bike, like you may, you know, and it's it's one of these things that it ebbs and flows and you can put it on the back burner and then focus on it. And I feel like now is the time for you to be focusing on it because we're all being called. We're all being called to come forward. And I feel as though you have this knowing, you have an understanding of, the changes in humanity and the changes on earth. And you want to find out and learn more about what life on earth is really all about. I think you have a lot of questions, you have a lot of curiosity, and you almost say, oh, I've known that, or no, that always happens to me. And sometimes you dismiss certain things, but really it's the small subtle things that blow us over, that pushes, like knocks us over, I should say. It's just the things that are coincidences that we know are not coincidences, and you're the only one actually witnessing it, and it knocks you over. Like it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And I feel as though, I'm not sure if you don't write it down or if you forget about it after a couple days, but if you start talking about it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, that bird was on my windshield and he looked like he was talking to me. Like, these things that have happened to you in your past come back to you. I do feel as though you're working on trusting your own intuition and opening up to the awareness. And what they're suggesting to me is if you would find near death experiences. I know that sounds horrible, but it's really not. It's very uplifting and informative. And there's a guy. His name's Alex, and people in chat, if you can tell me what Alex's show is called. I can't remember what the show is called. He's really very popular and he does near death experiences and he's really good. But that's what I would maybe offer you to open up to understand what the soul is all about and what our role here is as souls and not just as this human container. So that's what I have to say. I'll
Wow.
look up that Alex show too.
Wow, that's awesome. All right. So mine is a little different, Imelda. Is more focusing on your friendships and possible relationships. I don't know your status, if you're married or single or what it is. But I see some friends coming in for you. I think that you'll be getting a gift soon. So that's what I got there. And then you've got the lovers. So this does not mean that it has to be romantic. This can be platonic. This can be a friendship or a partnership with someone. But I do see someone coming in pretty soon to help you out with the goals that you have. And then you got the magician. So this takes care of anything that you would want. Just, being able to manifest what you desire, what your heart is speaking out to you to accomplish, as long as it is, something that is positive. Why not try it? Try something different and just use the elements that source is giving you to create magic and manifest good things in your heart and in your life. You also got a Ganesh card, delight. Yeah, we don't have to be serious all the time. So delight in, your happiness in things that you have, that make you feel better, is sort of like that creative thing that I was talking about earlier. Do something that is creative that you like to do, that makes you want to spend more time and brings out, happiness in you, because that's what, source wants from us, is wants us to have delight. And then you got the Archia Grace. These are the female archangels. This is Grace. More flow, less hustle. Yeah, so this just goes with what I was saying. It's more going with the flow, though. And don't worry about hustling through life. Try to put it to where your flow is going, in the right direction. And that's all. Release expectations and just keep swimming. All right. And that's what I got for you, Imelda. So several things for you to think about there.
And I did put that in. It's Alex from Next Level Soul. His podcast is very informational, and that would be great for all of us. But it's amazing what we can learn from other people's experiences.
There we go. All right. And you can go ahead and click on that just by if you're not familiar with chat, just going up and clicking on it, and it should take you right there. All
Alex
right.
Vieira. Right. Thanks, Leah.
Welcome, Butterfly, as well as Leah, and MIR. Welcome. Let's go to, it's Christine next, and then Saruba. So Christine. And then Saruba will be next unless there's a donation. But Christine's saying, is there a timeline as to when I can finally get my dad's memory checked, since girlfriend is blocking me? Okay.
Well, you're the first kin that they're not married. So you do have rights there. And I would maybe contact a patient's advocate at either at a hospital or a doctor's office, and see if there's anything that you can do. Now, are you able to go to his house and pick him up and say you're going out for coffee or something, and then take him? Because but you can't make your dad do something that he doesn't want to do. And it's difficult because of the memory aspect of it. But it's very difficult, because if he doesn't want you there and he doesn't want you to go to the doctor with him, that's really up to him. So it is extremely difficult, and there has to be better laws around that, because that happens more than not. But he's not married, or she's not married to your dad, so there's not, other than her physically making it difficult for you, you do have rights. So I would maybe look it up or call some places who are familiar with the process, and see if they have a recommendation or a solution for you. But it's not impossible, because if they were married, then you wouldn't have any say. But he's an adult, and he can say whether he wants to or not, even if she is or isn't, influencing him. But that's what I have for you, Miss Christine.
Right. Christine, I wanted to, and you probably saw it in chat, but I thought this was really good as well. In addition to what Jean said, Leah says, I suggest immediately start documenting events and interactions and go to your local courthouse to learn your rights. A family judge should side with you. So I don't know if you thought about that exact doing, but I think that is a really good thing for you to do, as well as what Jean said. I got the 7 of Cups for you. This is, you have different options, or the 8 of Cups, sorry. This is walking away from things that no longer resonate. Okay, so when you're walking away, make sure that it's from the people that are causing, drama and chaos. And, if your dad, I know your dad does have dementia, because he does, I think you have, more rights to be in there and to at least see your dad. And, yeah, this is just walking away from those people who are causing you problems. You got the Ace of Swords, so you will see clearly soon and with clarity. And so I think this is all coming to a head. It's going to get better. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Go slow and steady. Don't rush, because I feel like when you rush, you get things, just kind of mixed up, and it becomes really anxious and conflicting for you. So if you can do it slow and steady, then I think that's a better way than, rushing to do all these things that you need to do, because I know you have your own business too. So, and then you got the Queen of Cups. Have empathy for your dad, and I know you do, but just see things through his eyes if you can, and just be determined to help him by bringing in love. And let's see, he doesn't even remember spending 20,200 in 1 month with one person, and another 13,000 for another person, and I don't see him health wise getting better. Hey, yeah, that's sad, and I'm sorry you're going through that. You did get the King of Pentacles though, so you really do get hopeful cards when I pull for this type of question with your dad. You really do. This is a hopeful card. This is saying you can have abundance if you just keep working, just keep, doing what it is that you're doing to help him. You will see positive results. Okay. So let me get you a couple of, Oracle cards, priorities. So this says you understand I wish this would come in better. Sorry. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Yes, just manifest love. You got the First Light card. Yeah, there's the beginning of a new cycle. I really think it's going to get better for you, Christine, soon. And then you got Trust Yourself. Yeah, trust yourself that you're doing the right thing, and believe in yourself, and that will help you keep motivated. So that's what I got for you. I hope that resonates, Christine. Thank you.
Beautiful cards.
Thank you. All right. All right, next is, well, I had Saruba up here. I don't see her question any longer. Did I take it down by accident? Yeah, I don't have it. Saruba, can you repeat your question real quick for me? Sorry about that. I must have taken it down when I was taking Christine's down.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, I made a boo-boo. That's my fault, Saruba. So just repeat your question for me real quick when you can. Hi, Purple Lisa. There we go. Thank you. That was great. Okay. From my Father in Spirit.
So I got right away that he says you're doing better. He's very proud of you. He says you're doing better now. He says he's very proud of you. And there was a time where you felt like the world was spinning and you didn't know which way was up. And he said you finally found your footing and you're standing up and you're in your own power. And he's saying you're doing so much better. And it's almost like you were thrown into the position of head of the family and you were not prepared. And that you know, people in your family were sort of like everybody wanted something from you, and you were like, I don't know what the right thing to do is, you know. And your dad says, now you're listening to yourself. Now you're trusting your instincts. Now you feel a little bit more grounded. Now you can see what direction to go. And I feel as though you may have been making decisions sort of not willy-nilly, but you know, like just spontaneously, where now you can see things for what they are. You have a little bit more of a clarity and a vision. And he's saying you're putting a little bit more thought and a little bit more intention into your decisions. And he said that to still be kind to yourself, you are being very difficult, very not difficult. You're being hard on yourself, and you're not allowing yourself to make these decisions without beating yourself up every time you make a decision. He says, make a decision. That's the best thing that you can do at that time and move on. If this person is complaining and that person is complaining, you did the best that you could. And, you know, the next time you'll learn, oh, well, maybe I should have taken everybody's opinion into account before I made a decision. He says, you have to learn and allow yourself to ebb and flow. He's saying, but you are standing more firmly, you're more grounded, and you're not spinning. He's very proud of you. And he's saying something about it being hard work. He says you're working hard. He's saying you're taking this responsibility very seriously and you're working very hard. And he's saying that's all anybody asks. He's saying that he loves you and that he's just very proud of you. He's a really warm, loving father, and he wants you. That's what he wants for you, you know. And it's like if we make a mistake or something goes wrong with the decision that we made, there's always tomorrow. And he just doesn't want you to be so hard on yourself while you're still, you know, growing into this position. But he just wants you to know that he's always there for you for consulting. I don't know if you've had dreams or if your mom said she's had dreams. Somebody's having dreams about your dad. And I don't know if you have his picture in a place of honor. Things are a lot more calm now, a lot more systematic now. And this is the way that you like them. So, but he really wants you to know that you're doing a wonderful job. That's what he has to say. So thank you very much. He's very, very charming. He's kind-hearted, soft-spoken, and very encouraging. And he's saying this to me, so he's making me feel better. So I can tell you can feel better. But he's really good at communicating. I love talking to your dad.
All right, that's awesome. Suruba, the first card that I got for you is the Page of Coins. Now, this is the manifesting page. He wants you to just be happy, but he wants you to manifest what it is that you want in your life and bring it in. So I talk a lot about manifestation because I think that's one of the most powerful things that we can do for ourselves. And he wants that for you. Okay. He's also giving you the Eight of Wands, fast messages coming in. This may be a time for you to slow down a little bit, just because the energy is very fast, and you can see this bird is like almost on fire. He's going so fast. So, it needs to slow down. So slow down, try to be in the power of now, in the present moment. Don't worry about the past because it's already happened. Can't change it. Don't worry about the future because it's not happened yet and it might not happen. He did give you the Six of Wands, which is the victory card. So just be in the state of gratitude for what you have, and that you're going to have victory in what you try to accomplish. And it's, you can see the prize ribbons on the horse. It's victory. Next card I got for you is Leap. Spread your wings. So spread your wings. And this is taking a risk as long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. It's kind of like the Fool card. Taking an opportunity for yourself. If we don't take opportunities, if we don't learn, if we don't change, then we don't grow. So take that opportunity, spread your wings. He wants to see you fly. And, not literally, of course, but he wants to see you fly, and just spread your wings and be the beautiful person that you are on the inside and outside. And then I've got the Crown Activation card. So you can definitely have your crown chakra lit up and have it as a direct source to spirit, a direct shot there. It's kind of over top of our head. So just know that you can activate that and have conversations with spirit, with source, whatever you call it is good. It's whatever resonates for you. But that's what I got for you. Sarah, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. I'm wrecking your name.
It's Saraba. No, it is Sarab. I think you had it right the first time. You were saying it is Sarab. That's how you say it. The H is silent, so it's just Sarab.
Sarab. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, Sarab. We appreciate you, and thank you for your question there. And now we're going to get 4. And this person has been coming into my lives past couple of days, and I appreciate you. 4. Did I ask them what they wanted to be called? And they said 4. So this is 4. And 4, if you'll let me know that you're here, please, as well.
And Sarab is saying, just call me Gupta, because that's easier to say.
That is easier. Thank you, Gupta.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yep. So is...
They're here.
They are?
Yes, 4 is here.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you're an empath. I feel a pet around you. I'm not sure if it's a dog or a cat, but I feel you're empathic and you're quite sensitive, and you may have a little bit of nervousness, if you don't mind me saying, or a little bit of just really sensitive and a little, sometimes you get shaky. I'm not sure if this is sometimes if people are anemic or have a lot of sensitivity, I could see sometimes you have a tremble or a shake about you. And I attribute this to a little bit of nervousness, but it's almost like it's when you get exhausted or when you feel overwhelmed, this sort of sometimes happens because you are very sensitive, and it's like your nerves um, just feel very sensitive and raw, 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 and almost like frayed at the ends. So I'm not sure if you don't get enough sleep, or if you are trying to balance your nutrition, or or if this is just a condition of, you know, you being high energy. So does any of that make sense to you? Because I want to make sure I'm with the right person. Does this sound like yourself? Because I just don't want to, I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Thank you. Because it is quite personal. I just wanted to make sure. But so I feel as though you use this energy that you get for good, and you sort of channel this energy into either crafts or reading, or there's something that you like to keep busy, and um, so you channel this. It's like this extra energy inside of you that you channel and put towards cleaning or something, or crafts, or you know you're just not somebody who likes to. You don't sit down for very long. You're always popping up and doing something and going somewhere. Um, but they're also saying that a grounding and some subtle changes to your habits may help you to smooth out that little bit of a, maybe it's jitteriness, maybe it's coffee or something. It just feels like a little bit of like this is what I'm feeling in your energy. And it's empathic and you're sensitive, but there's also this. So I'm not sure if you drink a lot of coffee, or or if it's just the way, sometimes your metabolism, or sometimes people just have a little bit more of a higher energy. um they're saying grounding and also water. If you can soak in a bathtub of Epsom salt, or Himalayan sea salt, or salt baths, bath salts, anything like this will help to ground you. Also, if you hold on to some crystals, and typically the darker crystals or the green crystals are also recommended. But you do have you're able to utilize this extra energy that you have in your highest good, and for your most for your own benefit. But I do feel as though it's hard for you to do certain things because of your sensitivity. But you do find a way around it, and you're able to manage as long as you're left alone long enough to cope, or to find a solution. But try grounding, try the salt bath, and yeah, I think that would definitely help to and then it's almost like once you get into a little bit of a more relaxed state, then your psychic abilities or your awareness may open up. It's almost like you don't want one to get in the way of the other, but you are empathic and you do feel things. And I'm not going to repeat what I just said, but that's what I'm feeling. So I hope that makes sense.
That's great. Thank you, Jean. Right. I've got the Page of Swords to start you off with, and right away I noticed the butterfly, and then I've got the Queen of Swords right behind it. So, and there's two butterflies on this card. So let me get these straight here. StreamYard's a little tricky how you can show both at one time. But the Page of Swords is a learning page and takes action. The Queen of Swords is like that psychic person that just has a very sound intellect, and they're able to make the right decisions. So being wise and intelligent, so make the right decisions, and you can do so just by focusing on source and on spirit. And I think that there's going to be decisions coming in for you in a change, in the middle of a change. And there's actually two butterflies on this one too. I just saw the second one. So you definitely have transformation coming to you, and it's up to you to guide it into the way that you want it to be, based upon your intuition, based upon your gut, but also based upon your logic. You can do both. And if you're not sure how to do that, just ask Source to help you. Ask your guides to help you, and they will. Now, I did get an 8 of Cups, which is walking away from something that no longer resonates. So in order to bring this new thing in for you, and I think it's going to be pretty big, you need to walk away from something. And it shouldn't be really hard to do that because it's no longer resonating. You're not working with it anymore. It's not, doing any good. So it needs to be removed. Okay. You've got the detachment card, and I'm going to try to get it so it shows up here. My camera's not focusing too good. There we go. Today, you're releasing old patterns, okay, just like the 8 of Cups, and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Yes, so there you go. Letting go of things and detaching from things that are slowing you down. Okay, and then I've got the last card for you, Clear Quartz. I love the colors around this, but the clear quartz is clear. You can get one of those, and it will help you to heal. I'm sure Jean has many clear quartz. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah, how they sparkle and everything there. So make sure you have one of these if you can afford it. It's on Amazon. It's not very expensive. You can get one. But just use something to help you with your spiritual quest, your journey. And I think this will help you to detach and get rid of the things that you want to, and things that you need to get rid of. So it's only for your betterment and only to make it easier on your path. Okay. And that's what I got for you, for. Thank you. And Forrest says, beautiful messages. Thank you both very much. You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. Is Julianne still here? Looking for Julianne.
Yep, I see her.
You see her? Okay. There she is. Thank you, Julianne. I get a general for December. Okay.
I feel like you're going to need to support somebody if you don't already. Somebody might need your help emotionally. I do feel, I'm not sure if you're, what your work schedule is, But I feel as though when you get a little time off, something else is going to come up to fill that. Like you're like, oh, good, I have some time. Maybe I'll, clean out the closet or something. But no, like it's almost like what you think you're going to plan for your time off is going to already be, you'll something else will come off up where you'll need to go and do something different. But they're saying that it's time well spent, and you'll have another opportunity to do those things. But for right now, they're just saying to listen to the opportunities, watch for these new things to pop up. And they're saying if you can say yes to people, like somebody says, my car broke down, can you drive me to the airport? And you're like, man, that's going to take me a couple hours or whatever. Just say yes, because it's the opportunity to help somebody to be of service, and it will come back to you tenfold. And you may get some inspiration or find something along the way that is beneficial to you. Like it may not seem that way at the moment that this new opportunity comes up, but it's important to go ahead and say yes. And it's almost like your way of listening to the spirit guides and angels that put things into your path. And, you know, I read something recently and it said when you wish for flowers and it rains, it's important to understand that the flowers won't come without the rain, that the rain needs to happen before the flowers come. So if you see something that's sort of not exactly what you're asking for, it may be bringing you to that, or it may be, developing into that. So keep an open mind. And even if you want flowers and you see rain, it's a method of getting there. So they just want you to keep an open mind. That's what I have, Julianne.
All right. I love that with the flowers there. Um, yeah, I've got the Seven of Swords for you, was the first card that I pulled, Julianne. And this is, a little bit of deceit. So make sure that everyone in your circle, in your pride, has, is the same spiritual mindset that you are. And if not, you may need to have your boundaries up or speak your truth out of love if it's like someone you can't get away from, that you have to work with or something like that. But there might be somebody in your tribe that is less than, just likes to stir up things a little bit. Then I got the Page of Cups for you. And this is the oversensitive page. It's abundance. Sufficient a cup is abundance. It's abundance of water. I don't know if you can see the water splashing a little bit here, but it's water is emotion. So overflowing or an abundance of emotion coming in. So the best way to handle this is emotional control and just filtering out what how you feel, and making sure that your words are what you want to say and not, something that you'll regret later on. So Page of Cups is a good reminder of that. And then you got the Five of Pentacles. So this can be just looking on the negative side of things, or just not feeling quite, not feeling abundant, not feeling fulfilled. So the key is looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. You've got these lights here. The pentacles are up here. They're there for you. So it just means that you need to look at things a little more positively, or in the future, it can make yourself, you could be feeling that way, and you need to do a spirit check and raise your vibration. I have to do this all the time. I totally understand these cards, because I feel that way and have to correct myself, and bring in positive vibes, often. And I think a lot of us do that. We have to do that because that's how we learn. You did get the responsibility card. It says you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Yes, just like I was saying, filtering out the good things, filtering out love. So, speaking your truth with love, and know that your thoughts are, very important to have a filter over them as well. So, you can do that by regulating your feelings. And because we have like thousands of thoughts every day, right? So we can't control every single thought, but you can control your emotions, your feelings, how you're feeling right now. You have the free will to change that into a high vibration, into happiness, into joy. Okay. And then your thoughts will follow. Then you got staying focused, hold the course. Yeah. So I feel like you're on the right track. It's just that some of these cards need to be turned around so that you're looking in the positive direction, but just stay focused on where you want to go and what you want to accomplish, your goals and how. And that's what I got for you, Julianne. Thank you. Okay. So we're getting at the top of the hour. Do you have time for maybe one or two more, Jean?
Sure.
Is that good? All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't private chat you there. Let's see.
No, that's fine.
We got Nivra next. And after Nivra will be Brady. Sorry we can't get to everybody, but that's how we're going to end the broadcast. So thank you so much for being patient with us. I have to rearrange myself like a pretzel. Nivra, can I get some guidance about where I might relocate to be better for my health and finances? All right.
I don't know. Where are you now, Nivra? If you don't mind just telling me the state that you're in.
I think she's in Arkansas. I'm almost positive it's Arkansas, but I could be wrong.
That is very,
yeah.
Arkansas. That is very affordable. So, have you ever had that? I'm trying to think of what it's called, astrocartography, and it gives you, places in the world that would be in your highest good for your energy, and it's based on your natal chart. It's very interesting, and I think that it's something that we can do ourselves if you need to, or get a reading from somebody. But I feel like staying put where you are right now in the next 6 to 9 months, and then when things will be lifting towards the end of next year, and perhaps you may have a better opportunity to make a more educated decision at that time. I don't see any because moving itself, no matter where you go at this point, would be, not cost effective, because it's almost like you'll be doing a lateral move. I'm also seeing you bringing in a roommate or subletting a room, like to you being letting somebody stay with you, and have them pay you rent or a certain fee for the room. Um, I don't see any moving in the next 6 to 9 months. But believe it or not, I'm seeing you moving closer to more like a town center where you may not need a car and you'll be able to walk places, and things are a little bit like your utilities and things would be shared amongst a multi-unit building. And there's more opportunities for you. It's almost like if you're a little bit too far out, you have to get a car and you have to drive, and things might be a little bit not as much support around you. Where if you're in a town center, you'll have more opportunity to either provide services or take classes, and be on foot and not have to pay so much for a car. This type of thing, like your insurance would be lower, your car would be lower, these things. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that makes sense, Nivra.
Okay, Nivra, I think you're going to have many options. So you got the Seven of Cups. So this is many options. Just don't let it get you too confused. Like this card is kind of stuck in the clouds. A lot of times you'll see clouds around the choices because it's just too overwhelming. Um, just choose the right one based upon your intuition and your gut. Okay, and it'll come to you. I think that, like I said, you're going to have many options. You need to kind of write them down and balance them out and find out which is the right one for you. This is balancing and flexibility, right? So just look at different places that might be, good for you, and just go from there, because you got the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a beautiful overflowing of love. So this is from Spirit. And so this can be from somebody else, but I'm getting from Spirit is going to bring you the right kind of place that you will, be able to flourish in. Hey, I did also get a Ganesh card for you, spiritual practice. So I know that you're great about doing spiritual practice. You have your own healing business. So just continue to do what you're doing and focus on your spirit and making your spirit happy. And then I think these things will fall in line for you. So I'm not saying don't look. I think you still should look, but don't let it overwhelm you. And then you got gratitude for the past. So looking at the past with, eyes of gratitude and just being able to see, positive things that have happened, and know that even better things can happen in the future. So you still got a long time left. So just know that, whatever you have to go through, it could be even better, greater than what you've ever experienced in the past. And I hope that resonates. That's what I got for you. All right. And last but not least is Brady. Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brady. And so he's saying his father, or they are saying, if you can confirm your pronouns, I'd appreciate that. They said their father died early September, but okay, that's his name, James Edward Brady. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So they're saying, let bygones be bygones, is what I heard. And that it's important to understand, if you can possibly look at your perspective, that we're here and we're playing roles. We're playing a role of a father, we're playing a role of a child. And the roles that we're here to play, we're here to learn lessons. And your father doesn't want you to hang on to any regrets or any burdens based on what transpired in this lifetime. They were lessons, they weren't life sentences. You're not to second guess yourself or beat yourself up. It's about learning lessons. It's about you stepping out and making time for yourself and putting yourself first, and not being under the thumb of your father. I feel like maybe he was a little either opinionated or demanding or controlling, and like to put his, like, just because he says he likes chocolate ice cream and you're like, I don't like anything chocolate, I'd rather have lemon or vanilla or peach, but you don't like chocolate. And he's like, well, you've got to have chocolate. I say chocolate is the best, and everybody loves, like, he almost wouldn't understand your point of view. And I see like this oil and water not being able to understand one another. But it's okay, because he was here and he had his lessons to learn, and you're here and you have your lessons to learn. It's not about judgment, it's not about criticism, it's not about beating yourself up. And he's saying that what he hears and feels in your heart, he knows what you're thinking, he knows what you're feeling, that you wish things would have been different, and that you wish that you could have had a um, a more a fruitful relationship together. And but he's saying, if we did, then you wouldn't have learned the lessons that you were here to learn. And it's important to understand that we're souls. Primarily, we're souls. And the souls came into this world and agreed to play a certain part in this world so that each other could learn. Your dad could learn about himself and you could learn about yourself. If and this was the lesson that you were here to learn, and that he was here to learn. And I feel as though he's almost saying it was like a generational thing, like what the way he grew up, or what was in his world when he grew up, and what was important. Like, you respect your parents, even if you don't like chocolate ice cream, you've got to respect us. And that was his world, that was his generation. But it was like, and he didn't understand that people were evolving and growing and becoming independent. And he felt as though, since you were his child, you it was his responsibility to mold you in the way that he thought best, and instead of nurturing you to become who you naturally were or naturally are, and celebrating that. And um, he just wants to say that he's really very proud of who you've become, and he understands the difficulty and um, the conflict. And he almost like agrees with you. Like, I wouldn't hang around me anymore either, because of the way he was, his belief system, or his way of judging, or expectations, or these types of things. But he's saying, be proud of yourself for making those decisions and standing up for yourself and protecting yourself and being who you are. And he's saying it's not always, we're not always meant to have that congenial relationship in every parent and child relationship, because we wouldn't learn anything if that was the case. And the people who are closest to us are the people who we learn most from. Yeah, that's what I have. Yep, you are opposites for sure. Yep. That's what he's saying. And that's what I have.
All right. So I've got a very similar message. I've got the Three of Pentacles. And Brady, this is usually with someone helping you out. He's saying that he wishes that he has spent more time with you. So he wishes that he had, done things differently, and that, he would have taken the initiative and spoken to you during that time, that you didn't have any communication. And then I've got the Eight of Swords. He's also saying that he sees things differently now. When he was alive on Earth, he couldn't see things the way that he sees things now. And it's almost like he had a blindfold on, right? And he wasn't looking at things the way that is clear to him now. But this has a 4 on it. This is for Jupiter. And Jupiter is abundance. So he has an abundance of things with him right now that are helping him learn. And he just wants you to know that he's sorry for the things that happen. And then you got the Strength card. So he's saying that he wants you to have real strength. And that's not how much you can lift at a gym. It is patience, generosity, tenderness, gentleness, those things that make up real strength. And if you have those things, you're going to win in life and you're going to be on the right path. So he just wants to see you succeed. And he is loving you very much right now. So you've got move your body to move your emotion. So this may be just to express, yourself and the way that you feel. Your feelings are real as well, and what you had to go through, with this situation. So express yourself, and that will help you to change your emotion and to change your the way that you're feeling about your dad. So that, and then I've got ownership. And it says you acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So he's saying that he's taking ownership of, what he did when he was alive, but he wants you to learn from him basically what not to do. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that makes sense, Brady. And that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. All right. Well, thank you, everybody in the chat who has been here. I appreciate you all. Thank you, moderators. Jean, thank you so much for being here with me. I love our monthly show. And yeah, excited for the next one already. So
yep, and it's going to be soon. Scott's going to come and be on our Your Connection to Spirit with us next Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, that'll be awesome. Yeah, I've done one of those before, or two before, haven't I? Mm-hmm. And they were fantastic. So if you didn't get your reading, I will be back whenever I wake up from my nap. So not sure the exact time, and you guys know I'll be back at you sometime tonight, maybe sometime around 10 if I don't change my mind. So Jean, you did mention you have that coming up, and what else did you have? Anything tomorrow? Or I know nothing today.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a show with Carolyn Cooper. She's going to come on and tell us a story, sort of like a meet and greet. And she's going to tell us her story about her spiritual journey. And we're going to talk a little bit about her donkey, who that's how we met. She asked for a reading from her donkey, and his name is Buck Wild. And I'm gonna find that picture, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that, and she'll enhance the story a little bit for us. And then I have my psychic study practice group tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. And that's what I have for tomorrow. And then I'll be back with you on Tuesday.
All right. All right. Thank you again, Jean. Thank you again, everybody in the chat. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.